Bien, merci aux intervenants. Et j'invite maintenant M. Winkler à venir à mes côtés pour nous faire la déclaration de l'ambassadeur du Countdown 2010.
Merci, Madame Mathieu. It's hard to be at that late stage between your wine bottle with a cork stopper, hopefully, and the Countdown 2010 Ambassador Declaration. I think you heard a lot of ambassadors today and this evening, and that's the case as we would like to promote for the International Year of Biodiversity, and that's why Jeff McNeely, the Senior Science Advisor of IUCN, had to already leave the room for a press conference this evening to do his job and duty on promoting the 2010 biodiversity target. Suspense, who is the second person for Countdown 2010 ambassadorship. May I ask Ignace Schops to kindly come up? And Ignace has been a long-standing supporter of Countdown 2010. You heard our Director General, Julia Matron-Lefebvre, this morning talking about the network which has been established in less than 3 years, 1,000 partners committed to the 2010 biodiversity target and scaling up best practice. I think, ladies and gentlemen, time has changed. We no longer have the movements of the 60s which are pointing fingers, but the fingers are pointing at us, and we all have to act together for a change. And that Ignace has done, being awarded the Goldman Environmental Prize in 2008, which is the Green Nobel Prize. And Ignace, just a few words what you would do for Countdown 2010.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm very honored to become ambassador for Countdown 2010. Like Sebastian said, I'm very, very pleased because since, I think, 2 years now, the world is looking to Belgium, to a very small part in Belgium, to how we, together with a lot of people, a lot of friends, established to create the first national park in Belgium. You think, well, that's crazy. Well, we did it on a very special way with a lot of money involved. So the offer of the private sector was already there. So I think it's so important that now, where the world is looking to Belgium, not only by the Goldman Environmental Prize, but also the Ashoka, where I became world leading social entrepreneur at the end of last year. It's very important to bring a message because I think I want, and that's what I want to do as ambassador, I want to create a coalition of the willing. A coalition of the willing, that coalition that wants to become and wants to do something about biodiversity. Just 2 months ago, I was talking to Al Gore. Yes, I had a meeting with him, and I was talking to him and trying to involve him also in biodiversity matters. And what he said to me basically was, yes, you're correct, IUCN is correct, Countdown 2010 is correct, climate change and biodiversity are twins. And if we see now that biodiversity and Countdown 2010 is involved into a movement that is really globally very important, and that's what I'm trying to do, that's what I want to do, to create a coalition of the willing. With one sentence I hope you can remember: think globally, act locally, and change personally. Thank you.
May I call Jeff McNeely up? Actually, I see him still in the room, so he haven't left the room actually, which is great. Jeff McNeely, Senior Science Advisor of IUCN, who will soon take his retirement, but we don't want him to retire, and therefore we have given him the new task, and he will say a few words what he'll commit himself for the International Year of Biodiversity. Thanks, Jeff.
Actually, I already told you. I tried to go out and do it, but they wouldn't let me leave until I came and said what I was going to do. So in addition to that book, I'm working on another book that is going to come out in the middle of next year with EarthScan on sacred natural sites. And this is trying to, the book covers a whole range of places around the world where people have a spiritual link to the land. And so it's not just economics, although this is certainly part of TEEB. It's an ecosystem service, but a cultural service, the spiritual values that people put on lands. So I will certainly be promoting that as an ambassador. And I'll also be promoting what happens after 2010, because that's only next year. And okay, I've retired, but I'll still be pushing and doing everything I can to support biodiversity into the future.
And last but not least, may I ask Pierre Carré, because we have just reached today our 9th ambassador, and our target we set in Countdown 2010 is we need at least 10. And Pierre Carré is a Natura 2000 ambassador already, and he's doing the real work on the ground. And I think we need this type of case examples, and he's currently being reviewed from our Countdown 2010 advisory board to potentially become the 10th ambassador of Countdown 2010. Pierre, you have the floor.
Merci beaucoup. Mon anglais n'est malheureusement pas suffisamment bon que pour m'exprimer. Ça fait que je vais le faire en français. Je suis très honoré de cette proposition. Et je crois effectivement que je pourrais être utile vis-à-vis du monde rural belge, en tous les cas, de l'utilisateur, du propriétaire. J'ai une expérience d'une dizaine d'années quant à la défense d'un public qui n'est pas toujours facile, mais qui ne demande qu'à évoluer et qui, je crois, par le biais de cette tâche, va pouvoir effectivement avancer dans le bon sens. Merci beaucoup et bon succès.
Merci, Pierre. I think this demonstrates that united we make the difference, and we need a majority movement basically to address the biodiversity and climate crisis. Thank you for your attention, and let's keep up the battle to address this crisis. Thank you very much.